I'm talking about this comic book that I made and the process that it took for me to make it. It's called Refactor Man. This is the main character. He is Refactor Man. And this is my first comic book that I've ever created. And so it's not a very big comic book, but it is a very fun project. And I wanted to take a little bit of time today to talk about the process. There are 5 steps. The first step is ideating. So I will not talk too much about the lore or the story. You can go and download the comic book for yourself in the description below, and you can print it out yourself if you want. Initially, I started with some sketches. The main idea came from a lot of the terms in my software engineering course. So refactoring is one of the terms, and this is Scrum Master, which is another one of the terms. We have copy and paste here. And here we have the spaghetti code monster. This is kind of where I had the idea to make a comic book. Initially, I was just drawing some silly doodles in class, but then I was inspired to create a story out of it because, you know, we have a hero here and then we have a villain here. And so that can form a very interesting story. And in my case, this is a story about software engineering. So the second step was creating the script. I wrote the entire script in Notion. So you can see here actually the sequence of the development. I came up with these characters first. So I had these drawings and I had in my head which part they would come in the story. So I put those sketches into the script as well. And so you can see this is the entire script. And then after I finished the script, I did the storyboarding, which is the third step. This is the notebook actually that I used to study the software engineering concepts because I was doing this in class. But basically, these are just really quick storyboards for each of the pages. The 2 main things I was trying to define with these sketches was the layout of the page. So I normally split it into like 3 are these rows or columns? I can never get them right. Oh, they're rows. Each page is split into 3 rows, and then I chop them up into different frames. So you can see here there's different shapes of the frames, and then also kind of what the composition is like inside each frame. And there's a lot of notes all around, and instead of actually writing the dialogue inside of the boxes, I found it was really useful to number each line. The first line, a spaghetti code monster is taking over Side Projectsburg, and then here I have labeled it 1, and that will be the box. There's 4 pages here, and then the other 4 pages, and then this is the last one that I did. And then came the drawing. So for the drawing, I did it on my iPad. I started with this. This is a page template, the Spinach comic template V2. After I've defined it here, it's a lot easier for me to visualize what the page would look like. So I make a rough sketch, and then after the sketch, I do the lines. And then after the lines, I think I do the text first. The text is also done in Procreate as the text box. The font that I'm using, Jack Armstrong. So it's one of the default Procreate fonts. Finally, I printed it out. So the printing was pretty simple. I just took the PDF to the print shop and they printed it out for me. But it was really cool to see the work actually on paper. You can see it's only 8 pages, so it's not that much. One note about the printing is that you're supposed to have multiples of 4 for how many pages you have, because if you print them like this, then each piece of paper is actually 4 pages. So you can imagine this is 1, 2, and then it goes to the last page, 3 and 4. Yeah, and so just before printing, I had to make sure that all the pages were in the correct order. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, so that's how I created this comic book. This was created to promote an event that we're doing here at our university. We want to do a game developer gathering every month or so. And so in order to make the event a bit more memorable and to leave the people with something to take home that they can share with their friends, I created this comic book. And so that's why at the very end there's this black and white ad. it's to promote the event. And also we handed these out at the event. So that was really fun. Okay, my phone is about to run out of space and I need to finish this outro very quickly. So the files are in the description below. Go and take a look and yeah, have fun, make comics. It's super fun.